preview of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Houston Texans.
Oh, yeah.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
We know the arm strength is certainly there. He's got a big-time cannon for an arm, and that's not a surprise. He's the son of a former Major League pitcher, so the bloodlines come into play. The biggest question for Patrick Mahomes, can he harness that big arm, develop the touch that's needed, and carry his team towards the playoffs?
The drive starts with a completion left side, and he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up second.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. 2 yards, good enough for a first. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 85 yards.
It's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started.
Randy Savage, one of the most iconic figures in professional wrestling. Former whose intensity.
The run got 4, now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
We're being overcharged for TV. This is how to fix it in under 5 minutes. And here are 5 reasons why this TV...
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 37.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves,
Ford starts taking a look at the future. Let's talk about the Cowboys head coaching gig, sir. You have the floor.
they want to get this man involved.
The Cowboys brass will spend today interviewing former Jets coach Robert Saleh. That is an in-person interview. Since several head coach interviews. This is another one. They also on Monday going to speak with Leslie Frazier.
Caught by Travis Kelce. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to
Everybody
find
want
him
to
here
be.
early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
So from inside the 20, his first
I got a message.
18.
As a guy who spent 34 years deporting illegal aliens,
Takes it to Hardman.
I got a message to the millions of illegal aliens that Joe Biden released in our country in violation of federal law. You better start packing now.
A few moments later,
Trump has promised to carry out the largest deportation operation in U.S. history. And before those operations begin, some migrants are already choosing to leave the country voluntarily.
Get out. This here talks about the Officer Tatum store. You can also put in just Tatum store to make it simple. You got a BOGO going on, a mystery item BOGO. You buy one mystery item, get the other one half off. The mystery items are like, I don't know, $10 a shirt. So if you look for a discount, the money is funny, change a little strange, go to my website and get the mystery item selected now. Also, we also have inauguration shirts and hoodies and stuff that you can buy. Given the fact that Donald Trump is going to be be elected in the next couple of days, going to be sworn in. We're all proud about it. This is a historical shirt that you can get that's going to last forever. I ain't say it's last forever. Then I tell you that. It's the memories going to last forever. This shirt ain't going to last forever, all right? But it's going to last long enough. All right, so get you one today. The carpets, the doormats are still sold out. We're working at getting a lot of them done now. Put your name on the list. So if you click on it and you don't see it available, push notify me made available, get your name on the list. We're only going to have like 200 that we're going to be able to turn around. And therefore, you better be paying attention to the email because when they're gone, so we restock it. We got a whole bunch of other new merch. This is one of my other favorite shirts, Pump Dance. I don't know if I'm going to wear this for the inauguration or not. And also, I told people about the quality of shirt. We increased the quality of shirt, but the price is going to still stay the same for you. We got a really good deal with a company that we trust that's going to give us an opportunity to upgrade the quality of shirt. So I'm excited about that. So make sure you visit TatumStore.com, TatumStore.com. Like, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live and make a video. You already know what to do. Let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. They're self-reporting. Donald Trump, it's crazy that Donald Trump is a better president before he's even president than the current guy that's in. Donald Trump has not even been sworn in yet, and he's already created a situation where there's a ceasefire in Israel, and also illegals are now deporting themselves. Is this guy just that great or what? Crazy to me that Donald Trump is a better president before he's even president than the current guy that's in. Donald Trump has not even been sworn in yet, and he's already created a situation where there's a ceasefire in Israel, and also illegals are now deporting themselves. Is this guy just that great or what, man? Listen, either the people who are in office now and other previous politicians were completely feckless, or Donald Trump got some secret sauce. How does this man get things done before he ever even entered into the Oval Office? I mean, crucial thing. Self-deportation from illegal aliens is one of the biggest issues that was brought up in this election cycle. Illegal aliens coming to our country. One of the biggest war fought, in my opinion, I guess Ukraine is even worse. But one of the biggest wars fought was the Israeli-Gaza war against Hamas. And Donald Trump already got done 2 out of the 3 things that was probably one of the biggest issues already before he even got sworn in. Let's talk about this real quick because it was reported. I'm going to show y'all because you think I'm playing. I think I just made it up.
Trump has promised to carry out the largest deportation operation in U.S. history. And before those operations begin, some migrants are already choosing to leave the country voluntarily. News Nation's Jorge Ventura joins us live from San Antonio, Texas this morning with more on this story. Hey, how many migrants are we actually seeing doing this, leaving voluntarily?
Right now, Mark, it's unclear, but we are starting to see a trend. This comes as cities across the U.S. and Mexico are now bracing for President-elect's deportation operation. But his hardline messaging on those deportation efforts have some migrants panicking and some even choosing now to self-deport back to their home countries. I spoke with immigration attorney Rolando Vasquez, who tells me that some of the immigrants that he represents that entered under the Biden administration are now choosing to return home, fearing deportation under the incoming administration.
Just as recently as yesterday, they notified me that they were going to depart.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, David. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls in.
Hi, I'm Mike, and I just passed my CDL exam on the first try, thanks to these.
So yes, it's only 3, but at least you're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown.
What's going on here? Well, it's just Corey. The word. Now.
Because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
How many times do I need to tell you? She is not good for you.
So here are the Chiefs.
What are you talking about? It is my friend. She's so nice and amazing dancer. And she also did my dance videos too and asked Scream laughing me back. You don't even know how much she's taught me. I thought that was a treat for you to enjoy. Not some kid whose parents can't even be bothered to put food on their own table. What are you talking about? They're both hungry.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
She would have gotten away with if I hadn't walked in. Show her. Show Tori what you took. What is it about me that makes you think that I'm trash? Isn't it sure it is? Am my perfect attendance? Or maybe it's the after-school touring club that I run. I thank my dad and my mom. They represent Charlie Twins. And when they heard you were the only one on the team that didn't, I had no idea. And even though their careers keep them busy, they make me feel loved and cared for. Have you ever heard of BBW management? My mom and my dad own it. They represent some of the... Can I help you confine?
Look here, to lock it down. He'll try and run it. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've seen this once earlier in the shot. Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something? Yeah, I think you do. I think you have something about.
And in a letter to the county just last week, he said the situation stands very much at a precipice. In that letter, Blackburn says the county and the team are at an impasse and reminds County Administrator Jeff Aludo that 61% of citizens voted to pay for the stadium in 1996. Aludo then responds by email that he is perplexed by Blackburn's tone and hopes this will change as progress occurs this year. But attorney and ex-city councilman Steve Gooden says negotiations are about to get very tough.
So it's probably going to play out, and it's a certain extent in public. I mean, this is how it needs to be, but it's really just a tough way to negotiate anything.
Gooden has been following the lease negotiations and who pays for the expensive renovation to pay for a stadium, which is owned by the county.
The stadium is good. The fans are going to going for a building.
Blackburn says the stadium needs more than $300 million in repairs just for deferred maintenance. The stadium is now 25 years old and desperately needs help. Fans need working escalators. Networks must be able to broadcast games from the stadium, and the list goes on. That's what Blackburn wrote in a July 16th letter, accusing the county of violating the lease by not making payments. Blackburn takes it a step further in an email 2 weeks later. We are suspending any ongoing discussions with county representatives which have proven useless. We are simply out of time.
It's been 30 years. There are still people of my generation, older and older, who still need the hardware that we have a taxpayer-funded state.
Aludo appears to be sticking up for taxpayers in this July 31st letter, saying the county has spent more than $175 million on the stadium and the Bengals since 2018. He accused the Bengals of being the ones to violate the lease by selling naming rights to Paycor without the county's advance approval. In Cincinnati, Paula Christian, WCPO 9,
In separate statements, the Bengals and the county say while there are areas of disagreement, both sides are continuing to talk about a new lease and renovation to Paycor Stadium. The WCPO 919 will continue to dig for answers to the questions that you're asking about those negotiations. Sports anchor Caleb Nell is joining me live. He's outside Paycor Stadium right now. So Caleb, anytime this discussion surfaces, the primary question that arises among fans anyway is, are the Bengals going to stay in Cincinnati? Should fans be concerned?
Look, I think when you deal with situations in the present, it's important to look at situations in the past, see if there are any past precedents that apply. First, you really don't have to look too far. If you've been around long enough, follow football, you know that this type of situation happened in Ohio. And in the grand scheme, it wasn't that long ago. 30 years ago, back in 1995, the Cleveland Browns, they left town basically overnight. Right? The team's owner at the time, Art Modell, had been in negotiations for years with the city of Cleveland. Wanted a new stadium, wanted upgrades, didn't get it, so he moved the team to Baltimore, where they would eventually become the modern-day Ravens. This is part of an interview from 13 years ago, shortly before Art Modell's death, where he explained his thought process at the time of the move.
They're pumping hundreds of millions of dollars
and the Science Museum, the Iraq plant. They're ignoring us completely. Maybe it's they take me for granted. I don't know. But it was not an easy decision to move. Not at all. At the highest levels of government, state, county, and city, I was told, you'll be taken care of, don't move, and you get a fair shake. By people who are in the position of giving me a shake, they were irrelevant. I did not get a fair shake. I got the short end of the stick.
Okay, so it has been done before. However, 1 year after the Browns moved to Cleveland, or moved to Baltimore, I should say, in 1996, the state of Ohio enacted a new law known colloquially as the Art Modell Law, and it's designed to make it difficult for team owners to move their teams if they play in a tax-supported stadium, which the Bengals do. In order for the Bengals to move, they would have to do one of two things in accordance with this law. They would either have to enter into an agreement with Hamilton County to do so, or give 6 months notice, but in that 6 months, the county or anyone within the county would have the opportunity to buy the team. So the Bengals could initiate a move at some point if they so wish to. However, Hamilton County would have the power to stop that, as well as the people within Hamilton County. They'd have the power to stop that. Now, just to be clear, the Bengals as a franchise are valued at north of $4 billion. Here outside Paycor Stadium, Caleb Noe, 9 Sports.
All right, Caleb, lots of information. Thanks for that. And you could read the...
How much?
The county would have the power to stop that, as well as the people within Hamilton County. They'd have the power to stop that. Now, just to be clear, the Bengals as a franchise are valued at north of $4 billion.
Ain't nobody.
You're outside Paycor Stadium, Caleb Noe, CPO 9 Sports.
All right, Caleb, lots of information. Thanks for that. And you could read the emails between the county administrator and the Bengals vice president, Troy Blackburn.
Anybody can get that kind of money.
My gym coach got this and quit meal prepping. Salmon with dill ranch sauce, shrimp with bacon alfredo, spicy orange pulled pork, and countless more. They cook in 3 minutes in the microwave, and I let...
News tonight, negotiations between the Bengals and Hamilton County are focused on stadium upgrades, expiring lease, but with the possibility of a new stadium on the horizon, the stress is mounting.
Maybe a name change too. They know that it's even some point in because live outside Paycor tonight. There's a look inside the conversation. Brian, what do you learn from communication between the two sides right now?
Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just
said. Sometimes it's not just what you say, but how you say it. My dad always said, the discussions, we get a sense of the tone here, and sometimes it had all the warmth of the freezer bowl.
At the Bengals Stadium, the tone of the postseason isn't a soft deal pinpoint. In negotiation between the team, Troy Blackburn, and the county, Jeff Aludo, with exchanges like this. The record is clear about who has been trying to make a deal and who hasn't, so no need for further comment from Bengals and the county. It's very clear we are talking past one another. We continue to communicate.
How do you feel about the United States potentially buying Greenland? I don't want to be a militant no more, Danish. Not buying Greenland. Is Greenland for sale?
Today, I'm giving Nuke Greenland. I'm asking the Greenlanders here how they feel about potentially becoming part of the United States. Donald Trump recently has been very persistent about the idea of making Greenland part of the United States, saying that the United States needs Greenland for national security purposes. Currently, Greenland is an autonomous territory of the Denmark Kingdom. However, most recently, the Prime Minister of Greenland has said that he wants to seek independence from Denmark, making the situation even more interesting. Greenland has key trading routes in the Arctic Circle for countries like Russia, China, Canada, the United States, making Greenland a pivotal spot in the talks of geopolitics. And this is the first time the United States has tried to buy or acquire Greenland. In 1946, after World War II, the president at the time tried to buy Greenland for $100 million. So it's going to be super interesting to hear the opinions of the people here in Greenland about becoming part of the United States. I'm going to make another deal with you guys. If this video gets to 10,000 likes, and it turns out the United States 95% of you guys watching this video right now are not subscribed, so go ahead and subscribe. And if we reach 350,000 subscribers, I'll go to the Panama. Now let's go talk to the people here in Greenland. How do you guys feel about becoming part of the United States?
It's good.
Would you rather be a part of the United States or Denmark?
United States.
And you? United States or Denmark?
United States.
What makes you guys excited about potentially becoming a part of the United States?
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
We want fast food.
You think it's just a power grab by Donald Trump trying to buy Greenland?
Donald Trump and Putin in one box and
A touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to
How do you feel about the United States potentially buying Greenland?
see what's happening with the Titans at home.
Greenland's not for sale. It's their own country, so it cannot be bought.
So is Greenland a country or a territory?
Today it's an independent country, but it's
Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle.
Well,
Which offense can break through
it's
in
part
the
of
second half?
Denmark today, but
Hand it over to our
the law says it can be independent whenever they want to.
Okay, so it's up to the people of Greenland whether or not they want to be a part of Denmark.
Yes, it is. It is. But for now, there are some economical problems by leaving Denmark totally because it's a very expensive country to drive here. Everything is expensive here, so they need some support from Denmark.
You think Donald Trump would be ruining the United States' reputation with NATO if he went against Denmark and bought Greenland?
To imagine an armed conflict between two NATO countries, that is not. I cannot imagine that. That's totally crazy.
Is Greenland for sale?
No. We don't want McDonald's here. Can we take all our resources from our nature and just use it for money?
Greenland is only for Greenland, but you guys are controlled by Denmark.
In some part.
Are you guys worried about being invaded by the United States?
Kind of. Maybe he's just saying it to scare us, to make it easier to buy us.
And how much would you sell your citizenship of Greenland for?
No, I don't think you can put money. You can't put money on it.
So say you could have dual citizenships, you could be a citizen of Greenland and the United States. How much money would you need from the United States to give up your country, essentially?
No, because
we are not for sale.
And if we keep the money, we'll get like the ruling of our country, and then he'll ruin our country.
How do you feel about Donald Trump in the United States buying Greenland?
Well, I didn't know you could buy a country. You know, everyone talks about it. It's also a lot of the media here. And
you think it'd be good for Greenland to leave Denmark and become part of the United States?
I don't know.
What does Denmark do for Greenland?
I think they do support it quite a lot financially, and there's a lot of opportunities with, education. Young people get the opportunity to come to Denmark and get free education, which is crazy, right? For an American, that must sound mental.
I'm not going to believe that.
You'll never pay for Netflix again after seeing this.
Netflix and Apple Play, you never find out about this. This freezing.
Yeah, freezing.
You need a hat. You can just borrow this. Here, take this.
Sure. Look at this guy. Look.
Remember these two girls as we will talk to them later in this video about how China has made their own attempt to gain territory inside Greenland.
Do you think Donald Trump will buy Greenland?
No, we are not for sale, but understanding fully that he's protecting our right to self-determination. And he said he will tariff Denmark if they don't respect it. So that's very good for Greenland. Denmark.
And Donald Trump will be able to buy Greenland. However, I think a lot of people are a little more skeptical that Donald Trump and the United States will buy a piece of it. I'm going to offer you guys.
Here's Edwards-Helaire. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I'm going to offer you guys $5 billion. You have 57,000 residents here. Each resident would get around $100,000. Would you guys become United States citizens for $100,000?
No, I think not. Not me.
Why do you think Donald Trump wants to buy Greenland?
The reason that I believe that he wants Greenland is because of the military use, not because of...
The United States offers to buy Greenland for $5 billion. That would give you around 9...
Very NATO, but it would definitely change it, for sure. Yeah, it's completely new kind of bombs ball or what? I mean, that's insane.
You're looking at it as if Donald Trump wants to buy Greenland so that if there was a war to break out, the attacks would happen on Greenland first.
Yeah, if so, maybe, I don't know, because you can switch that into saying you want.
Next after Wilson and
What do you think about Donald Trump in the United States buying Greenland?
Well, I don't know about buying, but I believe that there should be a better relationship with America, because I don't think our country is very. We don't talk with any other countries really.
The resources and the geopolitical way.
And China did try to build airports and give loans to Greenland, and they were trying to influence their way here in the Greenland as well. Would you guys rather have the influence of China or the United States here?
None, neither. Which I'm sure it won't.
Yeah.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily. I also wonder if it's going to.
How do you guys feel about Canada potentially becoming the 51st state?
51st state? Why not? It'd be a good thing.
I think Trudeau is scared.
KC's offense ready to take over. And both of these defenses
Or you touchdown and chicken fat or on fire.
A car?
That's a big purchase.
The Cleveland Browns currently are at a standoff with the city of Cleveland. The issue at hand, Huntington Bank Field. With its lease running out in a few years' time, Browns ownership wants to move the team to a new $2.4 billion stadium in Brook Park, Ohio, just outside of Cleveland. While the city, fearing economic loss, wants them to stay. This has become a complicated legal matter. Will the Browns move to Brook Park? Will they stay where they are right now? Or will they move to another site in Cleveland entirely? In this video, we will take a tour of areas being discussed. That will give you an explanation of what is going on and what will probably happen. This is the Cleveland Browns Stadium situation explained.
Everybody forgot the places here with another video. So, if you haven't already heard by now, Browns owners want to leave Huntington Bank Field, which stands for.
And he'll be brought down on what's
Instead of dealing with a costly lawsuit after the Browns move,
It opened in 2000, only a year after the Browns Stadium, has never had a major renovation and just got a few cosmetic renovations this year, while Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium, which opened in 2001, has also not seen a major renovation, aside from a capacity expansion about 10 years ago. So as far as similar markets are concerned, the Browns Stadium is fairly in line.
Now, I will tell you one thing that the Browns and Judy Haslam are trying to do is they're trying to make this stadium ugly and out of shape as possible. They refuse to put a nameplate on the stadium ever since First Energy was dropped a while back. Even now, with a new naming sponsor, they still will not put a name. It wasn't on there all season long. And if you look up here, little chips of paint, simple fix, maintenance, but my opinion is they want it to look like that. They want the stadium to look as ugly as possible. Now, the city has come up with a counter proposal to build a new stadium that can still be relatively close to downtown here, and that involves getting rid of the existing stadium right here and moving it, building a new one right over here. That there is perfectly lakefront airport. It's a pretty useful airport. A lot of lakefront there. But their proposal is to build a new stadium right there where there is a lot of land. But the Browns are not interested in that right now.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lead.
All right, folks, I'm going to take you to where the Haslams want to build their stadium in Brook Park. So we'll go about that area site potential for the Brown Stadium.
The Texans on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially.
All right, so here it is, folks. This is the site that Browns have bought the Haslam's to build new dome stadium in Brook Park. This is about an 11, 12-minute drive from downtown on the freeway. And if you see here, the big part of this is the airport is right there. And another interesting thing is right where the airport is where Cleveland ends. So even though this is a suburb, this is very close legally to the city of Cleveland. And we'll get a little bit of a closer look here, but just getting from a better vantage point. So here's a close-up. This was originally a Ford plant. There's still one down the road over there, but one here was torn down. Right now, they've been kind of moving some dirt around, but nothing is officially official. But at this point, given that the renderings and all of that. So ultimately, what is going to happen here? Well, I think it's going to be one of 3 outcomes. However, the most likely outcome is the Browns will move to Brook Park, and there'll be some sort of settlement as far as the Modell law/lawsuit goes. It's believed that the city wants to be made whole if the team is going to leave the limits of the city of Cleveland, and that'll probably involve the Haslams giving money for redevelopment of the site of the existing stadium. I don't think the Haslams are going to get $1.2 billion. That's just frankly too much. The state of Ohio, which the Haslams want $600 million from, did not shell out that much money for the Bengals or the Browns stadiums when they were built, so to think they're going to give $600 million is probably unlikely. However, a figure maybe like $400 million I think is possible. And the over $400 million, which was offered by the city of Cleveland for renovations to the existing stadium, would probably go towards the new stadium or through the county instead of through the city. I think renovating the existing stadium is fairly unlikely at this point. The Haslams clearly don't want to do that, and building at Brook Lakefront is also probably pretty unlikely because that would still have the accessibility issues that the current stadium does as far as being sandwiched between a freeway and Lake Erie. So what I think ends up happening is that the Browns end up moving to Brook Park, but they don't get as much money as they were hoping for the new stadium. They'll probably help pay to redevelop the lakefront some. Or another compromise could simply be that the city of Cleveland annexes the Brook Park site, as it is right by the border of the city of Cleveland. There are no homes in that part of Brook Park, so there's not an issue with residents. The Browns could technically still be in the city of Cleveland, and Cleveland would probably still get to keep the tax revenue.
Sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Took testosterone therapy for 30 days. Here is exactly how his body will trend.
How do you guys feel about Kent?
From the gun, David. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And they get the football, but not much of a return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. And that is incomplete. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's coming on quickly. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. So now the Texans down on the scoreboard, and time a huge factor. It's been a struggle to score all day.
I know what you
They need
want.
to do it twice here late to have a chance. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down. Looks like right at the
I know what you want.
that one, a 1st down pick.
Oh, she wants to go, though.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it.
She had to not drive her fingers. Look at those eyes. He's so sweet. Are you so sweet? She's supposed to be going to sleep in her bed.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Oh,
David. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's okay, you got her.
Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
Yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. The throw on 3rd down. David got his man complete over the middle. It's Leonard. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
One of the first guys, and give credit to him to make the play.
Throwing
They need
again.
more
David.
They need more big plays than much
And he just chopped that one out of bounds.
This is a team that has not been in so much. But this is a team that
take a sack in this part of the field. Brings up 3rd down.
They're so mentally, this team is so mentally tough. And then Prince does such a great job playing the culture. They're mentally tough too. I mean, they just get it down to the way. Williams and Fields are so explosive. It's like I said, one touch away
You got a one-score game now.
Probably
Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming out.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
It's Ulster that's got a 10-point lead against the #1 seed in the NFC. If you go with the kicker on, unbelievable. Wow, sure is. Some first half.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
After these messages,
An extra point line down the middle. And now things get a little more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a cap on this one. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 90% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Over the years, it's one thing you'll never forget. Those ice level fans, only after those goals.
And they'll indeed take a knee. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises, really both sides did, but they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.